In this food demo, we'll be making teriyaki salmon bowls. For the first part of our recipe, we'll be using salmon and teriyaki sauce. So what we're going to do first is put our salmon onto a lightly greased baking sheet, lightly greased just so that it doesn't stick to the pan in the oven. And then we're going to pour about 1/4 cup of the teriyaki sauce on top of the salmon fillet. If your salmon is larger or smaller than the 4-ounce fillet that we used in the video, you can always use more or less teriyaki sauce depending on your preference. And what we want to do is make sure that the teriyaki sauce is completely coating the salmon before we put it in the oven, so just use a spoon to scoop up what's fallen off the salmon to coat it completely. Next, we'll put the salmon in the fridge and let it marinate for 30 minutes to 4 hours. And now we're going to preheat our oven to 425 degrees. Now this is a good time to start cooking our rice. So what we're going to do is use about 1/2 cup of rice for every salmon fillet that we're making. Once you've added the rice into the pot, you'll need to add the water in next. However, different types or brands of rice require different amounts of water, so just check the back of the package to see how much water you need to put in. A good rule of thumb is to have the water leveled about 1 inch or 2 higher than the rice in the pot. While your rice is heating up over high heat, you're going to start cutting your broccoli. So you'll cut the stem off the broccoli and then take each crown or head of broccoli and cut it into smaller pieces until they're about bite-sized. Now onto our carrots. We're going to shred the carrots into thin slices, and it works really well to use a potato peeler for these, as you can get long, nice strips without putting in too much work. Once you've cut your broccoli and your carrots, you'll put the broccoli on the same pan as the salmon is on, and then pour just a touch of olive oil over the broccoli and toss it with your hands to coat the broccoli completely in olive oil. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and pop that tray in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Depending on how long that took, your rice may or may not be boiling. If it is boiling, turn the heat all the way down to low and put the lid on the pot. Once the rice is done, usually in about 15 to 20 minutes, take the lid off the pot and then stir through the rice with a fork to fluff up the rice. Now here comes the fun part. We're going to move our rice into a bowl and then take those carrots that you sliced up so well and put them right on top of the rice. We put them into a moon shape, but really, you can put them into any shape that you want. Next, we're going to take our salmon and broccoli out of the oven when it's ready. To tell when the salmon is done, you'll scrape a fork over the top of the salmon, and if it flakes off easily, it's ready to go. Our last step is to put the roasted broccoli into the bowl along with the carrots, and then put the salmon fillet right on top. Congratulations! You've just made yourself a teriyaki salmon bowl. And if you'll excuse me, I have a dinner to eat.